Hello there and welcome to my channel. This is Kate in the nest in Australia and I'm so excited to have you here. So much so that I'm having the happiest day of all. So to celebrate, I'm actually sneaking in an extra video. And this is my slow stitched quilt that I'm calling Flower to Flower, I'm in the garden, whatever. So literally, just before I filmed, went out to my garden and thought, we all deserve a flower today. So whatever your day has been like, I thought I'd just share some of my flowers with you. So how's that for joyous? Here's a little tiny one. But as I've been working on Fleur's flowers and now I have the real thing, I'm just going to absolutely treasure them even more. Look at those variegated colours. I must like. Been influenced. Oh, gosh. So, see, it's real. It's okay. There's the last one. So I just brought 3 in because when I lay them down on my work, they match so beautifully and they smell so good. And I'm going to put them over there. And of course they'll go in my little vase that's over there. But I'll just save myself from that. Okay, how are you? How's your day been? Have you got some stitching and making done? Or has it been too busy for that? So whenever it is, I just hope that you can sit and breathe and have a stitch along with me. So this is a big piece of work. I'm carrying my cottons when I take this out at night to the other room. I take my cottons and bits in here. And this is the top panel. So lots to do. Oh, and just for a bit of variety, I've, if you haven't checked out my pin cushions, they are just so fun to make. And last week I had this side over, and this week I'm going to have this side over because it goes beautifully with these colours. All right, this is the top panel. And I did notice Karen from Railway Cottage does her panels downwards. I've done mine across, and that's because I'm a newbie and don't know quite much about this, but I've still got a lot of white space, so I've really decided that I'm not going to join this until I've covered most inches of it. Okay, so I've got a little piece here that I'm going to start with, and I'm just going to sit and stitch. So if you want to just join me, nothing earth-shattering at all, just a lovely Sunday afternoon stitch along. And on whatever day that you're doing it. So I've said this many times about this quilt, but it literally gives me joy just to hold it in my hands, the layer upon layer that's developing. And the mix of colours is really like a wild garden. And this is more than a piece to go on my bed, because I don't need a quilt to go on my bed. For me, this is really well, it's not quite like the Betty because it's way bigger than the Betty, but it truly is a representation of my year of joy, 2025. Oh, no, see, I'm already ahead. 2024 has been a very unexpected and happy year. And as I was just getting ready for some journaling before, and I was just reflecting that this time last year I was not very well at all and was wondering all those big questions and about purpose and what next, and just one of those pivotal moments in my life. And now, since I've been out to the green door, met the community, started my channel, my life is so much fuller and richer. So I stitch with thankfulness. And it may not be a very chatty one because now I'm in the garden. I feel so even more happy. I may sneeze though because it's pollen time and it's a bit windy, so it continues to just stir up the pollen. My poor son wakes up very, very sneezy. As I stitch this cross stitch rows down, it's just reminding me that I want to try some of this because I know Fleur's work, she does like almost like cross stitch on cross stitch for an incredible depth. I can't even do one straight cross yet, let alone on top of each other. But I do love So as I'm working on this big piece, I'm wondering what you're working on. Have you got multiple projects like me? I do have to say I'm a huge fan of multiple because you can never get bored. And now that I'm doing all these different colours and influenced by different people, it's even more exciting. And you would see the journal that I'm going to make. You'll be surprised. I'm going to use some fabric, and I think I'm going to use my some of my braid that I bought in Melbourne on the cover. Okay, so I've got a little bit of pink here. What can we do with that? Let's, what could we make? Could we do some little French knots somewhere? What about in this little corner here? No, let's do a little pink daisy. That way we link the thread that I was just using then to this beautiful piece. So many layers. I'm probably too high because it's just so high. I mean to the, you know what I mean, to the camera. Two petals so far. I think we'll just do a 3-petal one. Never waste a bit of thread. There we go. Oh goodness. Didn't make it quite through. Now that is something that we have to fix. There we go. I'll just fasten that off. Okay, now I've been working all over the shop on this one, but just let's have a look at what that looks like. Okay, rushes on. Can't even find it now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Julie, can't find where I just put that. That's crazy. Oh, here it is. Because I turned it around to do. So there we go. A little bit of cross stitch. Look at this embroidery up here. Remember, these are all original tablecloths that I'm going to embellish. And I actually had that idea. I don't know if others do, please tell me. This is the one I bought from Gladdy and Flo, and I have to apologise. I think in my video the other day I called Gail's shop Gladys and Flo, but it is Gladdy and Flo on Instagram, and tomorrow night she's dropping. But that supper cloth is absolutely gorgeous, and again I'm thinking that I might back that and add to it eventually. Not now. For now it's just here always to look at those flowers. Stunning. Stunning work by a beautiful maker that we're treasuring. Now, speaking of beautiful makers, this has been one of my signature tulip pieces. Now, I know someone will dislike me instantly, but if you watched all of my videos, this was very, very stained. Was found in an op shop or something, and I want to give it new life. And look at all the eyes that are getting to see it now. So I'm not meaning to be disrespectful. I have heaps and heaps and heaps of doilies that are in pristine condition, that have been given by other people, been stitched by my family, that I will never touch. Yep. I just wanted to show you, look, there's a little birdie that can watch us while we're stitching. Okay, here, now you probably think I'm just going to go round and round, which I am, but I want to actually move, anchoring this one down to going over to some of those flowers on the side there. So I love that little frilly bit. I just realised I haven't thought about dinner. I was going to bake something, but I haven't done my prep. So I'll bake something, but something different to the roast dinner that was in my head. That's what happens when you get a new crafty place. Does it happen to you? All right, so this is that fabric that you've seen many times, but now that Kate is a more understanding of what it means to paint with thread, I want to literally use this wool to both anchor the doily and to come over to this beautiful flower. deliberately going over the edge. So it looks like it's always been there. Oh, that's fun. Do you know that I'm looking at floral fabric in a completely different way now? Every beautiful floral dress I see someone wearing, I think, oh, you could embroider that. There we go. Not right round the flowers yet, but that was fun. So much more, so much fun that I'd like to do some more. And I wonder if I changed subtly the wool. So this is little woolies. Again, I think it's a 4-ply scrappy pack that I've had most of the years. Look how fluoro this is. But because, look how many flowers I've got to play with in there. So they won't all stay like that. I'll embroider some and then I'll put something over the top. Okay, so I was just looking over there and seeing that this is something I did. Oh yeah, I did this in a, I think I was making a needlebook. Look at that. I've got a 3D flower with the crochet. That came from someone I remember, and I've done some dots. And wouldn't that be a way? I've pinned something to something else. Hang on. Because we're right at the top. Oh, yes. Okay, here's a bit where we've got an edge underneath there. And I'm going to use that to bring those colours together. It's the benefit of having a messy nest, because I could just see that in the corner of my eye. Oh, I love that. So at the top of my, look at all those bits and pieces. All right, back to where I was, and that was turning this around. And how do I get under there, everyone? Let's come up here. Oh yeah, that's right, I'm going to run it through. So I really hope you're well. And that you have lots of plans in your head for what you're, a few of you have said you've been gathering things to start a new project. So I'm very excited to follow that. Oh, love that. Look at that hot pink. Then we'll go up here. Yes, it would be easier if I had a hoop. I'll get there. I've mentioned it before, but just watch out. After I do Bella's bead course at the Green Door this week, I just have that feeling that it will be another cake craze. Oh, I'm not saving yarn, am I? I need to. Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll go up here. It's so much fun just to see what happens in this big stitch. Go there. Sometimes it's tough. Okay. Okay. Oh, well, see, you lose track of which part of the flower, but look at that hot pink up against there. Love that. Of course, I was thinking about putting some stuffing in there, but not for the moment. Now I've got this area here, but I will finish this flower first. Let's make sure that petal doesn't get lost under there. There's a little. I can trim that. And this is literally how I work. I go, I'm in the garden, and what next? So let's identify the big white areas. So top left-hand corner, I've got space there. This is where I'm working now. Going over to the middle. I stitched that a lot last night for fun. And okay, so we've got space up there where I'm going to use, remember I had that beautiful other doily, and over here is Crinoline Lady. I'm watching now Marion's World, and she was sharing a tour of her craft room, and she's got these incredible packets of vintage patterns from Little Women. And I thought, oh, that is incredible. But she's trying to work out how to print them off and share them. But I just think she's totally in this garden. And what have I got any little bits about me to so I've got to join this and then join this and make the garden a little bit more covered with flowers. So let's bring this nest across. Oh, my original one. They're going to go on, but I'm going to save that for the last little bit. Still got some of that beautiful fabric. Oh, I've been using, I might put one of those on. I'm using that in my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. I'd like to put some Inktense on those. And then make that a floral piece. There's all sorts of things in here, but not the right thing yet. Oh, Beck, there's your cup and saucer. Here's some nice, look at those. Okay, that's what I'm thinking. Some of that and some of this, and let us just have a little, now this might be a bridge too far, but you know how I love sharing treasures. I was just thinking, oh, have I showed you these before? I've shown you that. And there's a bit of belongs on here. No. Really, I'm just giving you eye candy because they're too much for this piece. But aren't they beautiful? Look at that. This was from Etsy. So I'm going to have to do this green piece with Zoe's. Just remember I'm going all over the place, but that has to go with that now, with Zoe's green wall. Okay, completely the wrong colours, but that was fun. You never know until you have a look. You will be going, Kate, what even went through your mind? Oh, look at that one. Back up your toys. back to the garden. I can't stop though. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Let's think that this one could be a beautiful piece here. So we've got cross stitch, the mauves, and if I trim that little bit there, because remember it's flower to flower and we don't like covering them up. This is cross stitch. Not covering anything, just my joining stitches. There we go. Tapestry up there. Lady in the garden. Look at these, beautiful. I was watching, so many of you are great at going around the edges of flowers. All right, what colour are we going to use? Something a little bit brighter. I think so. Yep. Got a little space in there too. That's splitting, which means it's easy to go thinner, but I'm wondering, which is always dangerous, if I can sort of do some big, oh, this is not going through very easily, all these layers. 1, 2, and 3. So 3 really big cross stitches, but vertical ones. sort of bridge the gap between. Now I want to get this edge, which means it's going to be a really big stitch, but I don't mind that because it's going to go into the green. Like that. Yep. And then across here. I think I want to come underneath this one. I don't know why. There. And then we'll come over under here. And we'll do a little bit of joining with, one would usually call this seed stitch, but these are gigantic. Which is okay in the scale of this work, I think. Oh, big battle. Yep. So I'm just sort of bringing some of that orange onto this very delicate mauve. Oh. And it's variegated so you can see different colours. Goodness me, I didn't get all the threads when I threaded. And is it a knot as well? We'll straighten that out somehow, and I'll come back to that, but let's do something here. No. Oh, that's right. I was going to have this, one of these, and it's nice and not bright white. So there we go. That's going to go into there and pin it. I've got a little bit more time to have some fun because I played with this earlier today and I really enjoyed it. Okay, so let's get some. So we've got orange up there. Here's a link to the orange down here. We've got our diagonals happening. So I'd like some pink. Pinky purple. Warning, there's a sneeze coming. Excuse me. I think there's another one. Goodness. that one went. Okay, let's just do the fun bit. Oh no, let's do the fun bit first. I think so. Go down little end. Remember, I'm not a good sewer, so I'm not a good example of the rules. So you're meant to have finished that off, pulled it from the back and have a knot. And it's not that I'm against those, but I just forget to do it. Pulling a bit tight. You probably can't even see what I'm doing, but you know, it's a stitch along. And there. And I need to come back and do some knots. But I'm thinking, could I make my way over to some of these other lines? Let's go up here. Up here. And let's see if we can do a little row of nice stitches around here. I'm not trying to split them because I don't think I could. It's very fine. Where will I go next? Oh, maybe, gosh, I'm stuck. That's all right, we can make that work. I'm getting hot again, feeling this blanket on the bottom, so I'll have to work out a system for summer so I can keep stitching without dripping. I don't know whether this is actually doing anything, but it's fun and it's helping this little flower stay where it, oh yes, and we need to do a bit of stitching there. Okay, you know what that's going to look like, so I'm going to leave this needle in here and pin that together because I know that that's got to join. I've got this bit down here, got a stray pin there. But how's that corner? I've ended up working on that little bit purples, and then let's go back over here. I might actually blanket stitch that there, or twirl it around a little bit. Very happy with that. And over to this little bit here. And I'm just thinking if we've got I'm going quiet because I thought I had something more here and I haven't. Oh, I do have things on the floor. That's one of a painted piece. But now I know how to paint over that. Oh, there's some green. See if we can get the green to green working like that. Loving that. So diagonal. Let's pin that there for an idea. Oh yeah, because I do like that green coming up there. Oh look, and they join. Pin like that. And then I need to work on what space goes there. I just picked that up off the floor. Don't know. Okay. You can tell that I could just go on and on and on, but I'm going to stop now. I need to get the washing in. But really what I'm thinking of is, could I find something yellow like that to extend the work? So I hope you've enjoyed stitching along with me today with my literally in my garden. I won't scream. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate your comments and just knowing that you're there. It's the biggest blessing. So until next time, this is Bye from Katie in the Nest. Bye.